All right, so we're diving deep into getting ready for a veterinary receptionist interview today.
Using all the great resources from RoleCatcher.
Exactly, and we are not messing around.
No, we're going all in.
We're talking about real questions hiring managers look for and how to show off your love for animals.
But also your professional skills, of course.
Of course, and here's where it gets really cool.
RoleCatcher has this amazing AI
Right.
that can analyze job descriptions and tailor your resume,
And answer?
giving you a serious edge.
Totally. Okay, first things first.
Yes, let's paint a picture.
What does a veterinary receptionist actually do?
Yeah, what will you actually be doing day to day? Because it might surprise you.
Yeah.
It's not just playing with puppies all day long.
Right.
Although that might be a perk sometimes.
Yeah.
You're the face of the practice.
Oh, totally.
You're the first point of contact for every client that walks through that door.
So you're juggling a lot.
Yeah.
Client interactions, scheduling, managing medical records, maybe even giving advice on pet products.
Oh, yeah. It's fast-paced. It demands...
Strong organizational skills.
Absolutely. And you even need to stay updated on things like legislation and compliance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So multitasking ninja.
for sure.
RoleCatcher's career guide really emphasizes exceptional organizational skills, attention to detail, and the ability to multitask.
Right. No pressure.
No pressure.
But really think about it. The receptionist is the backbone of a smoothly run practice.
They keep everything flowing.
They do.
Clients,
Yeah.
appointments, information.
All of it.
Okay, so how do we convey all of that in an interview?
Yeah, how do you?
Let's get to the questions.
Let's do it.
RoleCatcher has pinpointed 10 common questions,
That pop up all the time
and we have AI.
to refine our answers.
Awesome. Okay, first up, tell us about your experience working in a veterinary office.
Okay.
What are they really trying to figure out with that?
They're looking for relevant experience.
Okay.
But even if you've never been a receptionist before, yeah.
Think about transferable skills.
Okay.
So if you've worked in like a busy customer service role, you can talk about handling multiple phone lines, dealing with upset customers.
Sounds familiar.
Right.
Yeah.
So think back to those times when you had to stay cool under pressure.
Yeah.
Problem solve on the fly, go above and beyond.
Golden nuggets.
Golden nuggets.
And RoleCatcher also points out that the veterinary world is getting pretty tech-savvy.
It is.
So any experience with electronic medical records or scheduling software,
Huge plus.
huge plus.
If it shows you're adaptable.
Okay, question number 2. How do you handle difficult clients or situations?
Ooh.
Minefield.
It can be a little tricky
Yeah.
because everybody handles conflict differently.
True.
But the key is to demonstrate that you're calm
Yes.
and professional.
Even when things get heated,
Even when things get heated.
no matter how unreasonable the client might be,
Right?
you need to show them that you can de-escalate the situation
Yes.
and find a solution.
And
Is where RoleCatcher's AI can be a game changer
oh,
because it analyzes the job description and looks for keywords related to conflict resolution
interesting.
and helps you tailor your response.
So if the job description highlights empathy and communication skills,
Weave it in.
weave it in.
Exactly. You hit those key points.
Okay.
Now, let's say they follow up with, can you give me a specific example of a time you successfully de-escalated a situation with an upset client?
Ooh, that's a good follow-up.
Right.
So I think I would draw on a time when maybe I was working in retail
Okay.
and had a customer that was furious about a return policy.
Yep.
And focus on how I listened patiently,
Yeah.
empathized with their frustration, and found a solution that worked for both of us.
Perfect example.
Yeah,
You've shown empathy, problem solving, and a customer-centric approach.
all very relevant.
All very relevant.
Okay, on to question number 3, experience with scheduling appointments and managing calendars.
Okay.
Seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it might seem that way. But it's not enough to just say yes.
Right.
You need to showcase those organizational skills and that meticulous attention to detail.
RoleCatcher really emphasizes that this is a big part of the job.
It is.
Detail matters.
Absolutely. Think about specific systems you've used,
Okay.
challenges you faced, how you've managed those complex schedules.
You're painting a picture of competence.
And efficiency.
What if they dig a little deeper
Okay.
and say, have you ever had to deal with double booking or last-minute cancellations?
Oh,
How did you handle it?
that's a great follow-up question.
Yeah.
Because it tests your problem-solving skills on the spot.
Yeah.
So talk about a time when you had to rearrange appointments
Uh-huh.
due to an emergency
Okay.
and highlight how you communicated with clients, stayed calm under pressure.
Minimal disruption.
Exactly.
That paints a picture.
Right.
Someone who can think on their feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Question 4. Experience with medical records management.
Okay. Accuracy.
Accuracy, confidentiality.
Attention to detail.
It all matters.
A meticulous approach. And with electronic medical records becoming the norm,
Yeah.
any experience you have with those systems is gold.
Gold.
Pure gold.
Even if you've only used them a little.
Mention it.
It shows you're up to date.
You are.
Okay. Now, what if they follow up with, what do you see as the biggest challenges in maintaining accurate and confidential medical records?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Because it's testing your understanding of privacy and data security.
Okay.
You can talk about hypo-compliance,
Oh, yeah.
the need for secure data storage,
Uh-huh.
and handling sensitive information carefully.
Carefully.
You could even mention evolving regulations and data privacy.
And that shows that you're thinking beyond the basics.
You are.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to question 5.
Okay.
How do you ensure that the reception area is clean and organized?
This seems like it's about more than just wiping down surfaces.
It does. It shows that you take initiative, you
Yes.
care about the client experience,
Yeah.
and you understand that hygiene in a veterinary setting.
Super important.
Absolutely.
It's important.
You're dealing with animals. So
Hmm.
cleanliness is about more than just aesthetics.
Huh.
It's about health and safety for everyone.
The career guide mentions potential health risks associated with working so closely with animals.
Yeah, for sure.
So a clean and organized reception area.
It's top priority.
Top priority.
Uh.
What if they ask, what specific steps would you take to ensure a clean and welcoming environment for clients and their pets?
Ooh, that's your chance to shine.
Okay.
Talk about implementing a regular cleaning schedule,
Okay.
making sure supplies are always stocked, maybe suggest creative ways to organize the waiting area to minimize stress for the animals.
You're not just telling them you'll clean, you're showing them you've got a system.
Absolutely.
Question 6. Can you tell us about a time you went above and beyond to assist a client or coworker?
Oh,
Feels like a chance to let your personality shine through.
it is. Choose a story that's memorable, specific, and highlights your key strengths.
And how it relates to the values of the practice.
Absolutely.
Right. So if they emphasize teamwork
Yes.
or compassion,
Pick a story that reflects that.
what if they follow up and say, what was the outcome of your actions and what did you learn from that experience?
That's a great follow-up.
It is a good follow-up.
It's asking you to reflect on the impact of your actions
Yes.
and show some self-awareness.
You could talk about how your actions helped resolve a difficult situation, improve the process, or simply made someone's day a little brighter.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, let's shift gears to question 7.
Okay.
Can you tell us about your experience with insurance billing and claims processing?
This can be a little complex.
Yeah,
Right.
it can be,
Mhm.
but even basic knowledge is valuable.
Especially since RoleCatcher highlights compliance with national legislation
Absolutely.
as a key responsibility.
Yeah, even if you've never directly handled claims, you can talk about understanding the process
Okay.
and your willingness to learn.
Show them you grasp the importance of accuracy and attention to detail.
Yes, and if they ask you,
Mm-hmm.
can you explain the difference between a deductible and a copay in pet insurance?
Okay.
That's a good one.
It is.
It assesses your basic understanding of pet insurance terminology.
I like it.
So you can briefly define each term and explain how it applies in a veterinary context.
It shows initiative.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to question number 8.
Okay.
Can you tell us about your experience with client education and communication?
Ooh,
This feels like it goes beyond simply answering questions.
it does.
I don't-
It's about explaining procedures, offering pet care advice, handling anxieties.
And here's where RoleCatcher's AI can be so helpful,
It can.
because it analyzes your practice answers and suggests stronger phrasing to really showcase your empathy
Yes.
and communication skills.
Fine-tune your delivery and your word choice.
Okay, now imagine the interviewer asks, how would you explain a complicated procedure like a dental cleaning to a client who is anxious about their pet undergoing anesthesia?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Because it assesses both your communication skills
Yeah.
and your ability to handle those sensitive situations.
So I would focus on explaining the procedure in simple terms,
Mm-hmm.
addressing their concerns about anesthesia,
Okay.
and emphasizing the benefits
Yes.
of the procedure for the pet's overall health.
You're finding that balance between clear information and offering reassurance and empathy.
Okay, question 9. How do you prioritize competing tasks and responsibilities?
Ooh, time management.
Lifeline.
Lifeline in a busy practice.
So the ability to prioritize delegate Stay calm under pressure.
Yes.
Showcase a system you use,
Right.
whether it's a to-do list or a calendar or even a mental checklist.
And be ready to give examples of how you've successfully handled competing deadlines or those unexpected challenges.
What if they say, describe a time when you had to juggle multiple tasks at once? How did you approach the situation?
Okay.
I might describe a time when I had to manage a high volume of calls, schedule appointments, and assist with client check-in,
Yep.
all while staying calm and organized.
It happens.
It does happen.
Right.
And highlight my ability to prioritize tasks,
Uh-huh.
delegate when possible,
Yes.
maintain a positive attitude.
That's a perfect illustration of bringing your skills to life
I like it.
with a real-world example.
Okay, finally, question 10.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us about a time you had to handle a crisis or emergency situation?
Okay.
This one feels a bit intense.
It does, but remember, they're not necessarily looking for experience with animal emergencies.
Oh, okay.
Specifically, they want to know how you handle pressure,
Okay.
your ability to assess the situation and take action.
Okay.
So choose a story that highlights your quick thinking,
Uh-huh.
your problem-solving skills, and your level-headedness in those stressful situations.
It doesn't even have to be work-related.
It doesn't.
What if they follow up with, what did you learn from that experience and how would you apply that learning to a similar situation in a veterinary setting?
Oh, that's fantastic.
It is a fantastic follow-up.
It pushes you to reflect
Yeah.
and demonstrate your ability to adapt your skills
To different contexts.
to different contexts.
You could talk about how you learn to stay calm, communicate clearly, prioritize tasks under pressure.
All valuable in a veterinary practice.
These 10 questions really cover a lot of ground.
They do.
It's amazing how much is packed into this role.
It's a demanding role,
Yeah.
but incredibly rewarding career path.
You're not just managing appointments and paperwork.
No.
We're playing a vital role
Yes.
in the well-being of animals and their owners.
And with the help of RoleCatcher's resources, you can walk into that interview feeling confident.
And prepare to shine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But before we move on, let's take a quick break and then come back refreshed
Okay.
to dive into some of those career insights that RoleCatcher provides.
I like it. Let's take a break.
So we just tackled 10 common interview questions.
But acing the interview is just the first step.
It is.
What about the bigger picture of this career path?
Yes. What about it?
What surprised you about the veterinary receptionist role?
You know what's fascinating is how RoleCatcher's career guide sheds light on the emotional side of the job.
Oh, interesting.
You're not just dealing with paperwork, you're interacting with animals
Right.
who are often sick or injured and their owners are worried and stressed.
So you need a certain level of
Empathy.
and emotional intelligence.
Yes, not just administrative skills.
You need to be able to handle those tough conversations
You do.
with compassion,
Yep.
but also professionalism.
Even on days when you might be feeling overwhelmed yourself.
Yeah, and the guide also mentions potential exposure to zoonotic diseases,
It's true.
which is something I hadn't really thought about.
What's a real risk
Yeah.
in any veterinary setting? But the guide emphasizes those safety protocols,
Mhm.
wearing gloves and masks, staying current on vaccinations.
So it's about balancing that love for animals
Yes.
with a healthy respect for those potential risks.
Absolutely.
Okay, but what about the rewards?
Yes, the reward.
What makes this career path so fulfilling?
For a lot of people, it's that simple joy of working with animals.
Every day?
Every day you get to see them heal and thrive. And you witness that special bond between pets and their owners.
I love that.
It's about being part of something bigger than yourself, contributing to the well-being of animals and the community.
That sense of purpose.
Yeah.
I love that. And RoleCatcher's Guide also points out the variety of tasks involved.
It does.
Which keeps things interesting.
Right. It's not just sitting behind a desk.
No.
You're interacting with clients, managing those medical records. Yeah. Maybe even handling financial transactions and assisting with animal care.
So it's a great fit for somebody who enjoys a fast-paced environment and diverse responsibilities.
Absolutely.
And speaking of career paths, the guide also explores potential advancement opportunities,
It does.
which is great
Yeah.
for long-term.
You could start as a receptionist and move into a technician role,
Oh, wow.
or even pursue further education to become a veterinarian.
So it's a career with real potential,
It is.
not just a stepping stone.
Exactly. And even if you don't want to be a vet,
Yeah.
there are opportunities to specialize in
Right.
things like office management or client communication, animal behavior.
I like it.
Yeah,
RoleCatcher really highlights the importance of networking
it does.
and continuing education.
In this field,
Makes sense. It's a close-knit community.
It is.
Building those relationships with other professionals can open doors.
It can to new opportunities and learning experiences.
Exactly. So joining professional organizations,
Uh-huh.
attending conferences, staying current on industry trends.
Yes, it shows you're serious about your career.
You are dedicated
You are.
to providing the best possible care.
For animals.
Okay, so for those listening who might be feeling a little overwhelmed with all this info, what are the key takeaways?
Well, first, be realistic about the demands.
Okay.
And the challenges, it's not all puppy cuddles.
Right.
It requires a unique blend of skills,
Yeah.
compassion, and resilience.
And second,
Second, do your research, talk to people in the field.
okay.
Volunteer at shelters, shadow a receptionist if you can.
Oh, yeah.
The more you understand the role, the better prepared you'll be.
And third,
And third, take advantage of those resources.
RoleCatcher.
RoleCatcher's AI tools.
They're game changers.
They are.
They help you tailor your CV, refine your answers, and practice your interview skills.
Absolutely.
It gives you a real edge
It does.
over other candidates.
Yeah.
So it's about combining your passion
Yes.
with a strategic approach
Uh-huh.
to your job search.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's get back to those interview questions.
Okay.
Armed with all these insights from RoleCatcher,
Yeah.
we left off with handling crisis situations.
Okay.
Now let's explore a common question.
Okay.
Can you describe a time you've dealt with a difficult client?
This seems similar to the crisis question, but with a focus on client interaction.
It is.
What are they really looking for here?
They want to see how you handle conflict,
Okay.
how you de-escalate those tense situations,
Uh-huh.
and how you maintain your professionalism
Okay.
under pressure.
And in a veterinary setting, emotions can run high.
They can.
You're dealing with people who are worried about their furry family members.
They are.
And those worries can sometimes turn into anger or frustration.
Absolutely. So it's not about winning an argument.
No.
It's about finding a resolution
Okay.
that works for both the client and the practice.
So RoleCatcher's AI can be helpful again
It can.
because it can analyze that job description
Mhm.
and highlight keywords
Related to conflict resolution,
like patience, empathy,
communication skills.
problem solving.
Weave those keywords into your answer
Okay?
to showcase those specific qualities the hire manager wants.
Okay, so let's imagine they ask, can you give me a specific example of a time you successfully de-escalated a situation with a difficult client?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. What comes to mind?
What comes to mind?
I'd probably draw on a time when I had to deal with an upset customer.
Okay.
In a previous job, maybe they were unhappy with a service or a product.
Okay.
I'd focus on how I listened, actively acknowledge their frustration, and calmly work towards a solution.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
You're demonstrating active listening,
Uh-huh.
problem solving, and a customer-centric approach.
All essential.
All essential.
Okay, let's move on to another question.
Okay.
Can you describe a time you went above and beyond to help a client or a coworker?
Oh, I like this one.
This feels like a chance to highlight those moments when you really made a difference.
It's about showcasing your dedication, your initiative,
Uh-huh.
and that willingness to go the extra mile.
And again, keep the practice's values in mind.
Yes.
If they emphasize teamwork or compassion,
Choose a story that reflects that.
imagine the interviewer follows up and says, what was the impact of your actions? And how did that experience shape your approach to client service?
Ooh, that's a great follow-up
It is.
because it encourages reflection
Mm-hmm.
and it shows your ability to learn and grow.
I might talk about how my actions resolved the problem, improved a process, or simply made someone's day better.
Exactly. It's about highlighting those positive outcomes
Yeah.
and demonstrating your commitment to providing excellent service.
Okay, let's shift gears
Okay.
to a question that could be a bit tricky.
Oh.
What are your salary expectations?
Oh. Walking a tightrope.
It does feel like walking a tightrope.
It does.
You don't want to sell yourself short,
Nah.
but you don't want to price yourself out of the running.
Right. It's all about balance.
Yeah.
The interviewer wants to make sure your expectations align with their budget,
Huh?
but you want to make sure you're fairly compensated.
So how do we approach this without stumbling?
Start with research.
Okay.
Use websites like Glassdoor or Salary.com to get a sense of the average salary range for veterinary receptionists in your area,
Right.
and consider your experience level, your skills, and the job's specific requirements.
And if the job demands evening or weekend work, that should factor into my expectations too.
Absolutely. Once you have a salary range in mind, you can present it confidently and professionally.
Okay.
Instead of saying, I want to make X amount,
Right.
try something like, based on my experience and the responsibilities of this role, I'm seeking a salary in the range of X to Y.
That sounds so much more polished.
It does.
And it shows you've done your research.
It does. Now, what if they offer a salary lower than your range?
Should I negotiate?
You can definitely negotiate, but do it respectfully.
How would I phrase that?
You might say, I appreciate the offer, but based on my qualifications, I'm looking for something closer to Y. Is there any flexibility?
So it's about advocating for myself,
Yes.
but maintaining that professional approach.
It is, and it's not just about the salary.
Right.
Think about the whole package.
Health insurance, vacation time?
Professional development opportunities.
It all adds up.
It does sometimes a slightly lower salary can be balanced by a fantastic benefits package.
Okay, let's move on to another common question.
Yeah.
Why are you interested in this particular position?
This one requires more than just saying I like animals.
It does, right?
It does?
Yeah.
Interviewer wants to understand your motivations,
Okay.
your career goals, and how this specific role fits into those aspirations.
They want to know, I've thought about this,
They do.
and that I'm not just applying for any job.
Exactly. So think about what specifically draws you to this position.
Okay, is it the type of practice, the size of the team, the opportunity to specialize?
Or maybe it's something deeper, like a connection to their mission or a desire to make a difference in your community.
So it's about being genuine,
Yes.
being specific, and tying my answer to my values
Yes.
and experience.
Let's say you're interviewing at a small animal practice
Okay.
that focuses on holistic care.
How would I answer this question?
What would you say?
I might say something like, I'm drawn to this practice because of your emphasis on holistic care. I believe in a whole-body approach to animal wellness, and I'm excited to learn more about alternative therapies and treatments.
Perfect. You've done your research.
Yeah,
And you're genuinely interested?
I like it. Now, what if I'm interviewing at a large animal practice known for its emergency services?
What would you say then?
I would say I'm drawn to this practice because of your reputation for excellent emergency care. I'm passionate about helping animals in need, and I thrive in fast-paced, challenging environments.
You've tailored your answer to this specific practice and position.
I like it. Okay, let's talk about the classic what are your strengths question.
Oh, this is your chance to shine a light on your skills and qualities.
In a way that relates to the job.
That directly relates to the job.
So think about the strengths that make you the perfect fit
Yes.
for a veterinary receptionist.
Are you organized, efficient?
Compassionate, good communicator.
And back those strengths up with concrete examples.
Don't just say I'm a hard worker.
No.
Show them.
Show them. Tell a story about a time you went above and beyond or exceeded expectations.
For example, if one of my strengths is multitasking, I could say in my previous role, I managed phone scheduling and client check-ins simultaneously.
Okay.
I thrived in that fast-paced environment and always ensured accuracy and efficiency.
That paints a clear picture
It does.
of your multitasking skills in action.
And if my strength is communication,
Yes.
I could say I'm a strong communicator,
Yeah.
both verbally and in writing.
Uh-huh.
I excel at explaining complex information clearly
Okay.
and building rapport with clients from diverse backgrounds.
That highlights your ability to connect with people and convey technical information in an easy-to-understand way.
Okay, brace yourself.
Oh, no.
Here comes the dreaded question.
What is it?
What are your weaknesses?
This one feels like a trap.
It does. How do we answer this honestly without sabotaging ourselves?
Remember, they're not trying to catch you out.
Out?
They want to see self-awareness, a willingness to learn, and how you approach areas for improvement.
So choose a weakness that isn't critical for the job
Okay.
and frame it positively.
Yes.
Instead of saying, I'm terrible at time management,
Right.
I might say, I sometimes struggle with prioritizing when I have a lot on my plate. So I've started using a daily planner to schedule my time effectively.
That shows you're proactive
I am.
about addressing your weaknesses and committed to personal growth.
Or you could highlight a weakness that you've already overcome.
Yep, you could.
Maybe you used to struggle with public speaking, but have taken courses to improve.
That shows you're not afraid of challenges.
Right.
And you're dedicated to continuous learning.
So honesty, specificity, and a focus on growth are key here.
They are.
Okay, one last question that often comes up towards the end.
Okay, what is it?
Do you have any questions for us?
This is your chance to shine.
It is. It's our opportunity to show that we are engaged, curious, and genuinely interested.
In the role and the practice.
Come prepared with thoughtful questions
Yes.
that demonstrate your knowledge and enthusiasm.
And avoid questions that can be answered with a quick Google search.
Right. We want insightful, engaging questions.
Absolutely.
For example, can you tell me more about the practice's culture and what it's like to be part of the team?
That's a great one.
It is.
It shows you're interested in the work environment
Yeah.
and the people you'll be collaborating with.
You could also ask, what are the biggest challenges a veterinary receptionist faces in this practice?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It shows you're realistic about the demands
Yeah.
and eager to learn how to
Mhm.
navigate them.
Yes, and for professional development, you could ask what opportunities for continuing education are available.
That highlights my commitment to learning and growth.
It does. Don't be afraid to ask follow-up questions based on their responses.
It shows I'm listening
Yes.
and genuinely interested.
We've covered so much ground.
We have.
We've explored the challenges and rewards,
Uh-huh.
dissected those common interview questions,
Yeah.
and even tapped into the power of RoleCatcher's AI tools.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
let's shift our focus
For what?
to how RoleCatcher's AI can help you tailor your answers and receive personalized feedback for this specific job.
Let's do it. All right, so we've talked about those tough interview questions and even got some career insights.
Yeah, and now it's time to talk about how RoleCatcher can take your interview prep to the next level with its AI.
Oh, it's not just about having the right answers. It's about presenting them in a way that really resonates with the hiring manager.
Right.
RoleCatcher's AI can analyze those job descriptions and provide specific feedback on your answers.
So it can help tailor those answers to the specific skills and keywords that the employer is looking for.
Exactly like having a personal interview coach.
Right.
But powered by cutting-edge technology.
I like it. So it's not about changing your answers to fit some generic mold.
Yeah.
It's about highlighting the experiences and skills that you already have.
In a way that aligns perfectly with what the employer is looking for.
So RoleCatcher helps you connect the dots between your experience,
And the job requirements.
making it clear why you are the ideal candidate.
That's right. For example, remember that question about handling difficult clients?
Uh-huh.
RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your practice answer and suggest ways to emphasize specific keywords like empathy, conflict resolution, or customer satisfaction.
So you're not just telling them you can handle those tough situations. You're showcasing your skills using the language that they understand.
That they value.
That's really powerful.
It is.
What about those situations where you need to explain those complex medical procedures to clients?
Yes.
Can RoleCatcher help with that too?
Absolutely. Let's say you're asked to explain a procedure like a spay or neuter
Okay.
to a client who's nervous about their pet undergoing surgery.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher's AI can help you break down that complex information into simple, easy-to-understand language,
Okay.
while also suggesting ways to address common concerns and emphasize the benefits of the procedure.
So it's like having a scriptwriter for your interview, making sure you convey that information clearly, empathetically, and in a way that builds trust with the client.
Exactly. Now, beyond refining our answers, are there other ways that RoleCatcher's AI can help us prepare?
Ooh, good question.
One of the coolest features is the video practice tool.
Oh, tell me more.
You can record yourself answering those common interview questions, and RoleCatcher's AI will analyze your performance.
Interesting.
It'll provide feedback on things like your delivery, your body language, even your eye contact.
It's like having a virtual mock interview with an expert.
That's right. So it's not just about what you say.
It's about how you say it.
It is your confidence, your enthusiasm, your ability to connect with that interviewer on a personal level.
And RoleCatcher's AI can help you identify those areas where you can improve.
From eliminating those nervous habits to projecting a more confident and engaging presence.
It's like having a personal stylist for your interview,
It is.
helping you
Yeah.
polish your presentation and make a lasting impression.
Exactly. And the best part is it's all personalized
To the specific job you're applying for.
to that specific job.
It's incredible how technology is transforming the way we prepare for interviews.
It really is.
RoleCatcher really seems to have thought of everything.
It does.
It's like having a whole team of career coaches and interview experts,
In your corner.
all powered by AI.
That's right.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
I want to leave you with one final thought.
What's that?
Remember, beyond all the preparation and AI-powered tools, the most important thing is to bring your authentic self to that interview.
Yes. Let your passion for animals shine through.
Showcase your unique strengths.
And connect with the interviewer on a human level.
Authenticity and passion are what truly make a candidate stand out.
They do. And remember, RoleCatcher is there every step of the way.
Providing those resources and the support that you need to ace that interview.
And embark on a fulfilling career as a veterinary receptionist.
So go out there, rock that interview, and be prepared to make a positive impact on the lives of animals and their owners.
You got this. Best of luck.